Everybody, it's the Jamie, Jack, and Stench Show. Jamie is out on maternity leave at home with baby Caden. Today, filling in, psychic Gary Spivey, our friend and psychic superstar. If you can't get through on the phone lines, you can call him 1-800-827-GARY. Go over to his website, which is GarySpivey.com. And there's people that have been on hold for absolute ever because Jack wanted to torture Amy Sugarman. Remember these numbers, 9-17-32. Nancy, welcome to the show. You're on with Gary Spivey. Nancy?
Hey, how you doing?
We're good. What's your question for Gary?
Well, I was wondering if my sister, she's a year older than me, she's going to be marrying her fiance, and we don't know if it's good or not. All the women in the family, they don't like him. They don't know how to articulate what they feel, but they don't like him.
Okay. He's kind of got a little ego problem. Right?
Yeah, definitely.
She laughed.
Yeah, so that's the reason that he's not likable. He's really, his true spirit and soul, he's really a nice guy, but he's got such an ego problem. He's trying to perform in front of you guys because you guys are brutal. And
we can be.
You know, and so, but I think he's a great guy. So I disagree with what you're thinking is. However, he needs to realize that if he drops the ego, people will like him better.
Okay.
Because he's really a nice guy, and if he lets people just see who he is, he'll be okay. And if you give him a chance, you'll actually appreciate him. He'll start doing nice things for you.
Okay.
Give the guy a break, Nancy.
All right, thanks. Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Let's go right now to Lisa. Lisa, you are on with Psychic Gary Spivey. What's your question?
Hi.
Hi.
I recently had I had to abort an ectopic pregnancy, and I was just wondering if I was going to be able to get pregnant again, and will it be soon?
I think it'll be very soon. Notice how you feel warm around your shoulders?
Yeah.
You feel that? That's actually a cherubic angel. And this little angel, or this spirit that was trying to, come in as a baby, is going to come back in as a baby. But this time, I believe you're going to be. It looks like two babies. Do you?
Two?
Yeah. Do you have twins in your family?
Or in vitro?
No, but I'm wanting twins. Just I only have to go through it once.
It's interesting. Yeah, I see two. So I see two. That's what I'm seeing.
Or your husband's going to knock somebody else up too.
Yeah.
No,
I'm hoping not that.
no, I think it's
I'm
her.
hoping it's just me. And you see that soon, right?
I see it very soon. Yeah, you're trying to get pregnant again, right?
Yeah, we're waiting for my levels to go down so they can check to make sure everything inside is working in my tubes properly because the baby got stuck there.
Yeah, no, I see you getting pregnant really soon.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you.
All right. Good luck, and thanks for calling. Let's talk now to Melanie. Melanie, welcome to the show. You're on with Psychic Gary Spivey.
Hi, Gary.
Hi.
I wanted to ask you, my mom committed suicide about 2 years ago, and my family took it pretty hard. My little sister, she still acts out with, little things. If she doesn't want to go to school, she says, my mom died and stuff. And I'm just wondering if my mom's okay and also if my family is going to be okay eventually.
Well, here's what happens. When you have someone that commits suicide, many times they don't go anywhere. They're hung just right there in that moment of death. And so she could be an earthbound soul. I'll look and see in a second. But I just want to explain to you, with your family, if you have an earthbound spirit that's around you, it makes you crazy. The whole family will just not.
Yeah.
And they're all nuts right now, right?
Yeah.
Basically. Yeah. Okay, she's probably earthbound. And when I look at her, she's earthbound. I see her head is like hanging over something. And that's what I see.
Well, she always had problems with drugs but she told me she never wanted to stay on Earth if she died, and I'm wondering if there's anything.
Yeah, all you got to do. How did she die?
She overdosed on her medication.
Okay, because I see her head just hanging off the side of something. I don't know if that's the bed or a bathtub. I'm not sure what I'm seeing. Where did she kill herself?
In a motel, in her bed.
In her bed, yes. Her head's just hanging off the side of the bed, and see, she's hung in that moment of death. Okay, now call her name, just like you would say mom or whatever you called her. What'd you call her?
I called her Mom.
Say it again.
Mom.
She responded. Tell her to look up.
Look up.
Okay, there's an angel right in front of her. Tell her to take the angel's hand.
Take the angel's hand.
Okay, now tell her to step into the light. Make one step.
Step into the light.
Okay, and there she goes. See how you got really hot all over. Feel how warm you got?
Yeah.
Okay, well, you did her a really super big favor because now she's going up, and it's that simple.
Is she going to be okay?
Now she is, yeah. She'll be fine.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you so much.
Good luck, honey.
Bye.
See, that's the weird stuff there with Spivey. Right there. Starts
Well,
talking
see,
to dead people.
But people are earthbound. They get hung up. You know?
Well, suicide is the one thing you told us, right? Suicide
don't
is
kill yourself. Yeah.
But now, okay, let's say you're dealing with like the suicide. I look at it as the coward's way out of a lot of problems. But then I see people that have cancer, they're really suffering, or that kind of thing, and you're almost like, I can understand it at that point. If you're in major pain, does it matter?
I think it does. And as much as I agree with your thinking, if you're in pain, I don't think that's the way to do it.
Yeah, no matter what.
No matter what, because sometimes I see people, even that are on morphine at the end.
Yeah.
Because many times when you're on morphine at the end, they simply just overdose you and kill you.
Yeah.
That's really true. And I see these people even hung up many times.
Because they were taken out
not
naturally.
Not at the right time. I think the timing of when you die is very important.
Wow. Very, very interesting stuff.
Interesting.
Always creeps me when we start talking to dead people, and that stuff is when it always gets really bizarre. Numbers here are 1-800-STAR-987. Gary Spivey is our guest. If you can't get through here, just go over to his website, GarySpivey.com. We will be back, and we've got someone going on a road trip. They want to know if they're going to be safe. It's usually not as easy as that.
No.
Yeah. Your blue shoes, something like that. There'll be something, Gary will have something weird. We'll take that call. Welcome back to the show, everybody. Jack and Stench in here holding down the fort while Jamie's out on maternity leave. Gary Spivey, our guest host today. Let's just get right back to the telephone. Oh, we have a
special call all the way
caller
from North Carolina. Sparkles heard Spivey was here and wanted to talk to him.
Hi, Sparkles.
Hi, guys.
Hello.
Hello.
You're on with Gary.
You finally get to talk to every time Gary's in and I get home. What did Gary say? What did you ask him?
I'm so interested in Gary.
I know you are, so ask him something.
Hey, how are you?
Good, hi. Well, I'm fighting a 2-year-old right now, but other than that, I'm pretty good.
He said your dead great-grandma picked out the baby, by the way, earlier.
Which baby? The new baby or the old baby?
The new baby.
Which one?
Wait, which grandma or which baby?
Which baby and which grandma?
New baby, old grandma.
Great grandmother. This lady was very strong, very tough, and kind of took care of people.
Okay.
Do you know which one that was?
My mom's grandma was very strong, very dominating.
Right, that's her.
Wow, that might run in that family.
Yeah, that's who it is. She tells me to tell you that she's always been your angel.
I've felt really close to her my whole life. I don't know why. I never knew her, but I was always very infatuated with her.
Right. Well, she says that you do take after her, that you're a very strong person. And she was very strong because she says she had to be. And so she took care of her kids and everybody and their kids. I mean, she was just a very tough woman.
And then she said, be really nice to your husband and speak softly to him. Yeah. Gary told me that off the air.
She actually balled her fist up and shook it right then.
Oh, wow.
Spunky grandma.
Yeah, I think she'd treat Jack the same way. I think she'd run him over too.
Oh, wow! It sounds so mean when you say it like that.
See, even being gone for a month, it doesn't change Sparkles.
Oh, that's not nice.
Accurate.
That's not nice at all. Why is Jack so evil?
Oh, Jack's not evil.
No, he's like a little child.
See?
You know, he's like a little kid inside.
So be nice to me. Give me some toys.
But I think he likes playing jokes on you, I think.
Like knocking you up.
And, okay, I've got That's true.
Wow.
I've got a really good question. My daughter is terrified of the clocks in my parents' house.
Right.
I don't understand why.
Well, they could be loud.
They could hit her with them when you're not looking.
No, they're big grandfather clocks, and she closes her eyes and doesn't want to look at them.
Right. It had to do with a previous life. When I look at her, and it's nothing in this lifetime, but it goes back to a previous lifetime where she was really, really kind of abused with angry people, and then, you know, I think she actually died in a room that had to do with a clock, and that freaked her out.
Yeah, grandfather clock. Grandfather clock.
Oh, wow.
Grandfather clock falls on you. You're never gonna forget it.
Yeah.
Not in the next life forever.
No, but
No, she's freaked out. She says she can't look at it.
What's
She
wrong
can't
with
look
you
at it.
people?
Yeah, I can get back. I can actually get rid of the energy, and she'll be able to look at it. You want me to do that?
Don't give
Yeah,
my
that
baby
would
a hot crotch.
Yeah, no hot crotch.
You can heat up her head or little arms, but no hot crotch, Gary.
No, there we go. No, there, and I was able.
Happening?
No, I was able to get rid of her little dark energy she had where she was opposed to that. She's afraid of that, and she's afraid of things because whatever happened where she died, somebody jumped out from under a bed and got her. And so she'll be afraid of beds sometimes and grandfather
There's some
clocks.
fun, Jack, coming up here in about 5 years.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, she'll feel different now. Now she'll be able to look at them. You'll be really surprised.
Yeah, because it's just really weird. It happened all of a sudden. I think that's just because she notices them now.
Well, she can remember previous lifetimes. It's not unusual for a child or young child to remember their previous lifetimes.
I wasn't sure if she was seeing ghosts or what.
No, it has to do with the previous
All
life.
right, you've used up enough of Gary's time.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right, I'll call you later.
Have
all
fun
right?
on your vacation.
All right, thanks,
All right.
Okay.
Love you.
Bye.
Okay, love you, bye.
That's Jack's wife, Sparkles. She's pregnant in North Carolina right
Yes.
now? All right, well, let's get on the road. I told you earlier we were going to talk to Brenda. Brenda is going on a road trip, wants to know if she'll be safe. Brenda, you are on the phone with Gary Spivey.
Hi, I'm actually heading to North Carolina.
Oh, see, this is all
Everybody's going.
Yeah, and
I have a
Gary's
place
from
there.
there. Yeah, has a place there.
I'm actually heading there to see my fiance. I just want to know if there's anything I should watch out for, be careful around.
Sparkles.
What city are you going to? What town are you going to?
I'm going to New Bern. It's way out on the coast.
On the coast, yeah. Here's what I feel like. I think you're going to be fine when you go. Somebody around your is that your boyfriend you're going to see?
My fiance.
Fiance. When someone around him, one of his friends is going to be trouble for you. I don't know if
Okay.
Does that make any
She's
sense?
going to hook up with him.
No, I hope not. Well, yeah, one of his friends is having a birthday, and I think he's planning on getting really quiet, like really crazy that weekend.
Okay, and I see this being a real problem because I just see that.
Because you're a woman, you don't want your guy to have any fun.
Right.
That's a rule.
And then you're going to get drunk and hook up with
Yeah,
him.
and you'll be mad.
Yeah, well, I think he's going to want to go play with his friends or something, and you're not going to understand that because you went to so much trouble to go see him.
Okay.
And so, but if you can not let yourself get into an argument because of this friend is actually going to try to cause an argument.
Okay.
And is sort of going to hate you from the very beginning.
Wow.
Because it's one of these friends that's jealous because his guy friend has a girlfriend. And so he's going to be really jealous of you. So you have to be super careful of that whole thing or it's going to blow up in your face.
Wow, this one makes total sense to me.
Yeah.
That one makes total
I've lived
sense.
this one.
All right.
All
Well,
right.
thank you.
Thanks for the call, Brenda. Enjoy
luck.
your trip. Everybody else, 1-800-STAR-987 to get on with Gary. If you can't get through because the phones are jam-packed, you can call him directly, 1-800-827-GARY, or just go to his website, GarySpivey.com, and you'll figure out how to get in touch with him there. We'll be back with more dead people when we come back. Welcome back, everybody. It's the Jamie, Jack, and Stench show, and Jamie's out on maternity leave. Jack and Stench here with different guest hosts every day. Today, it is our friend psychic Gary Spivey, superstar psychic, and right now on the privatephone.com hotline, we got to go over and talk to tomorrow's guest host, which is our friend Greg Barrett. You might know him as the author of the book, He's Just Not That Into You. And Greg, you've got a big TV show coming, right?
That's right, my friend, and it's called The Greg Barrett Show.
Hey, how obvious is that one?
How about that, buddy? We stepped outside the box for that title, man. We're really going crazy with it.
What's happening with
punk
you?
rock.
You have hit the stratosphere of success. That book took off, and you are just that. There's all kinds of stuff happening.
I know, man. One offhanded comment to somebody, and, your life turns around completely. But, it's good, man. We got the show, and then I'm also got a reality series for ABC that's going to air in the winter.
What's that going to be about?
It's called Greg Barrett's Wake Up Call. It's sort of like a nanny.
You like your name, Greg
Yeah,
Barrett.
he really likes his name.
You know what? I really do. I really think it's awesome. No, that wasn't my idea.
I'm just kidding.
I wanted to call the show Heartbreak Garage, but ABC said no. They wanted to call it Greg Barrett's Wake Up Call, and it's basically like a nanny 911 thing, except I spend time with couples and tell them to get it together or break up.
And have you shot it already, or is it?
We've shot 3 of them so far.
And how's it going? You're breaking up a lot of couples, huh, Greg?
We have. I'm 2. I'm 1 breakup, but no, we've shot 4. So I'm 3 together, 1 broke up.
Oh, that's not bad. Pretty good success rate.
Yeah, no, I think a breakup sometimes successful. You know, you're with couples sometimes like, please, you guys have to break up because you're killing me.
Okay, you know what's weird? When I went into, because I'm Catholic, and I went into, you have to take all these crazy classes before you can get married.
Yeah.
That you go into the retreat, and the priest would say, our mission is to break up a few couples because they really grill you and make you take all these little quizzes and stuff, and they want some of the couples to leave and decide to not get married.
Yeah, no, I mean, the divorce rate's so high, and it's so obvious sometimes when people are just going to get married just to fix it, and it doesn't work.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
I like to bust them up, and then I like to drive away in a muscle car. That's what I do.
Hey, do you have any psychic questions? Because Gary Spivey's here today, and he's our psychic superstar.
I'd sure like to know how my shows are going to do.
Gary?
Really good. Yeah, really, really good. I see one that will go on more than one season, maybe more than 2 seasons. And so that feels
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Oh, Gary, I like you.
Yeah. And so that feels really good. That's going to do well.
Thanks, man.
I've heard a lot. I've heard a lot about the new talk show. Just letting you know, and people are talking about that, and they're looking forward to it.
And I see
it's
another
going to be
book.
fun, man. Yeah, it's going to be really fun. It's going to be. I think it's going to be a really fun and hilarious look at relationships, and I don't think anyone's doing that in daytime. So that might be our good fortune.
Absolutely awesome.
And I see another book that's very important.
Oh, he's a book writing fool.
Yeah.
That's right. Thank you so much. We have one coming out called. It's going to come out in January. Called "It's Just a Bleeping Date."
Oh, that's funny.
This is going to be great. It's a great book. I see it. It's going to really
Thanks.
do well.
Good.
Absolutely awesome.
Want to come write it?
Hasn't really started yet. The thing's not going to write itself. Greg Barrett, you will be our guest host tomorrow. We look forward to it. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're listening, we're going to go all relationships and take your calls and talk about everything going on with Greg, and that will be tomorrow morning right here on the Jamie, Jack, and Stench Show. And, Greg, thank you so much for calling in. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow morning.
Thanks, guys. I look forward to seeing you guys.
All right,
tomorrow.
6 a.m. We'll see you.
Yeah, take care.
Bye. Cool. So he's going to – his books, man. He got on with Oprah, and that book just went into the stratosphere, and then it was, all Greg Barron all the time after that. You see him everywhere. Let's talk to Ellen real quick. Gary Spivey is here. She's got a question about someone that passed on. Ellen, you're on with Gary. Go ahead.
Thank you so much for taking my call, Gary.
Yes.
And Jack and Stench, you guys are doing a great job.
Thanks.
Without Jamie.
That's right.
My father passed away in 1999.
Yes.
And because he didn't have all his faculties at the time, there were a lot of unresolved issues. And I was just wondering how he's doing. And I also feel like he's been trying to give me advice, but I can't tell.
He's kind of laughing. He was a very kind man, I believe. Way back. Maybe at the end he didn't have it together, but before then he feels like he had it together because he. But anyway, I get the sense he's telling me to tell you that he's proud of you. The first things that he's telling me to tell you is he's proud. He also tells me that there's been a move, or he's talking about a move. What is that?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, there's a move that he sees in the next bit that's going to be a very positive one. This is a meant to be, and you decide to do it. And this is going to be very life-changing for the better, and especially monetarily.
Huh.
And so he's explaining that, and he says he'll be with you through everything you do. And he's also, he sometimes ghosts or people from the other side will actually hang out with us in our cars. But he, again, says he rides with you in the car.
Oh, that's great.
Okay.
Can I ask one more quick question?
Oh, Ellen. Oh, my God. We're on time. Go ahead.
Is my husband a good guy?
No.
Oh, that was Psychic
Get rid
Jack.
of that loser.
Well, I think sometimes he's a liar. Is what the angel says.
So are we all.
And what the Jack says is, you have to ask, and you're married to him. There's probably a problem.
He tells you what you want to hear. A lot.
Well, there's nothing wong with that.
Well, I mean, that's just what I say.
It's called survival skills, Gary.
Does that make any sense to you?
Partly.
Okay, and then but is he a good guy? I think he is a good guy. I think that he had a relationship before you. Who was that? How long?
We actually were together in high school, so we were first.
Okay, who was his mom? Then that's what it is.
Oh,
whoever.
He's a mama's boy?
Something tangled his head up. And so he just went out of having a relationship like the mom to her. And so I think he would tell his mom what she wanted to hear, and then he sort of now does the same with you. But he almost should take a break and get his head together, I guess that might make a lot of sense.
That might make a lot of sense.
Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense to you.
Yes, it does.
Okay, Ellen, thanks for the
Thank
call.
you.
Good
Thank
luck.
you. Bye-bye.
All right. You know what? Let's just run a little late here and grab one
take
because
one
these
more.
phones are on. Trisha, you are on with Psychic Gary Spivey. What is your question?
I was calling because my husband has had problems with he says he has demons for the past few years.
Right.
And we're moving into a new house, and I was wondering if those demons are going to follow him.
Yeah, demons are really with people most of the time, not with a house. Sometimes, though, you can go into an old house and it'll have a lot of spirits hanging around it or ghosts. But as I see, your husband has addictive demons and obsessive-compulsive demons. I just got rid of them. And you have some on you, and I just got rid of yours. See how you feel lighter?
Mm-hmm.
Especially in your heart?
Mm-hmm.
You feel your chest warm?
Yes.
And your stomach?
Yes.
Okay, that's because you can now feel him. He had such a dark energy around him that you couldn't feel anything. Now you'll be able to. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Good luck.
Kim, that seemed like a good question. Is it possible to move away from your demons, or are they like
No.
your demons and they stay with you wherever you go?
Well, you can move away from other people's projections if you're around somebody and they're projecting horrible things to you. Sometimes when you move, that'll shake them a little bit. But usually you take your own demons with you. In other words, the demons are with the person, not with the house.
Ooh. So if you have like a haunted house, you're just going to come with you?
Yeah, a lot of times, but you can, it really depends. Each one's a little different. You can have an old house. Sometimes they're really, really haunted.
I used to live with a demon.
Well,
Then I got divorced by law. And separated myself from the demon. I moved out of that house, and I don't have that demon anymore. Pretty crazy. So Gary Spivey's wrong once again. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. Jack and Stench in here with psychic Gary Spivey today for our fill-in guest host, and the phones have been action-packed since way before he even got here. Let's go right now to Wendy. Wendy, you are on with Gary Spivey. Welcome to the show. What is your question?
I basically want to know why my ex-husband killed himself.
Wow, quick and to the point.
Yeah.
Well, here's what happened. He was in an automobile somewhere, and then I see him out of it. And then I see him in it. This is what I'm picking up on. And there's demons that do different things. Mm-hmm. When people kill themselves, here's kind of their thought process. The demon will jump in them and just control them. And, he might think, I want a glass of water. I'm going to turn the television on. I'm going to blow my brains out. And it'll go like that.
Hey.
And you don't even know you're going to do it. But I see him just being possessed.
Really?
Yeah, so a demon makes people kill themselves. I would say probably 95% of the time I can see the demon around the person. And when I see this around people, a lot of times I'll say, you have a suicide demon. The person will always say, I've been thinking about it. Ooh. You see. And so, it just really does work that way.
That's scary.
Yeah, but now with him, can I look and see where he is, see if he's earthbound?
I'm sorry?
Can I look and see if he's earthbound? Because
Absolutely.
when you kill yourself, you don't go to the light a lot of times. Sometimes you'll be hung up in between. Yeah, he's just choking. I see him in a state of choking. How did he kill himself?
He shot himself in the head.
Okay, so he's just there choking is what I see. He has a sensation in his throat and he just can't breathe. Hang on. Okay. Can you say his first name?
Scott.
Tell him to look up. Can you tell him to look up?
Look up.
You got to mean it. You don't mean it. You're mad at him. You got to mean it.
I am. I'm angry.
Yeah, try to not be angry and just help him out, and then you'll feel better. Okay?
Okay.
Tell him to look up.
Look up.
Okay, now he's responding. Now, tell him to step into the light.
Step into the light.
And there he went. Okay, now feel how hot you feel all over. You feel that the heat just went from your head to your toe.
That's that anger.
Yeah, no, you feel that. That's the light. It come and picked the husband up. He's okay now.
It's an elevator.
And you won't be angry. Yeah, it's a light elevator. It looks like that. So, yeah.
That's weird. He freaks me out.
See how you feel really hot in your chest.
Yeah, he freaks me out.
Gary is like, and you feel weird stuff when you're around him. Tingly
but
hot.
she feels really warm. You feel how hot your chest is right now? Okay, that's because you really saved his whole spirit. He was just hung. Okay?
Okay.
You did him a favor.
Thanks for the call.
Cool,
good luck.
All right, good luck now. Hope everything starts to turn around and get better for you. Let's talk to Michelle real quick. She's been on hold for a while. Michelle, thank you for calling. You are on with Psychic Gary Spivey.
Hello?
Hi, Michelle. Go ahead.
Hi. I was just wondering, me and my boyfriend have been trying to have a baby or get pregnant for about 6 months now, and I've been having trouble. Normally I just get pregnant pretty quick.
Right.
So I was wondering if I'm having a problem or...
Well, it's partially you and partially him is what I see. I see his boys swim, but they don't swim real fast. And so that's part of the problem. See how you felt really warm when I said that?
Yes.
Okay, that
You're
just
like,
means,
it's him, not me.
Yeah, so that just means I spoke the truth. And here's, but you have one of your tubes that is blocked.
Okay.
So one tube's blocked, one tube is not. That means you're likely to get pregnant every other month. Or you could go in for the little tubal, thing where you get them cleaned out and you'll get pregnant
Right.
probably really quick. You may have to go with artificial insemination with him.
Okay.
And then I think you would get pregnant really quick.
I'll send Jack over. He'll knock you up in 2 seconds. Jack is fertile myrtle.
That's usually me.
Yeah.
How many kids do you have? Because that's the second reference that you get pregnant easy.
I have one.
Oh, well, that's
But I've been pregnant before
Ah, so is Jack.
with the same guy.
Oh.
So, and I was wondering, is he a great guy? I mean, am I in a great relationship with him?
I'm with Jack on this
Yeah,
one.
if
When
you have to ask,
there's
then
an
there's
issue.
a
I
problem.
did have to ask. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Well, he's a little bit passive aggressive, and he'll pull away from you. He likes to make you feel like you're auditioning. You know?
Yes.
Makes sense?
Yeah, and don't forget about that low sperm count.
Yeah.
You know,
Don't let him get a leg up on you. He's got low swimmers. Slow swimmers, what Gary said.
And so, but I would just maybe talk to him and say, I don't want to audition anymore.
Okay.
But he does love you. He's just difficult in his head. Bad head, good heart.
Right.
Okay.
Understandable.
Good luck.
All right, Michelle,
Thank
thanks
you.
for calling. Good luck with getting pregnant.
Thank you.
All right. Hopefully she'll get knocked up here. Gary said it was his fault, though. That'll happen. Everybody else, 1-800-STAR-987 is the number. If you can't get through there, call Gary directly at 1-800-827-GARY. His website is GarySpivey.com. He is our in-studio guest, and we will get back to more dead people when we show. Everybody, happy Wednesday. Gary Spivey is our guest host today. He's taking your calls at 1-800-STAR-987. Right now, we've got an interesting one on the line. It's Jennifer. Jennifer, welcome to the show. You're on with Gary Spivey. What is your question?
Hi, I was calling because since I was little, I've always had vivid nightmares. It came down to where I feel like I'm seeing kind of like a movie where it was always murders or something bad would happen.
Right.
And I've had it forever, and I'm kind of get freaked out where I can't even watch scary movies no more because I feel like, okay, I'm going to have a nightmare when I go to sleep. And when I was really young, I used to have this same nightmare throughout the years until about a couple of years ago about a man holding my right arm. And I could see the room, I could see everything, but I could never see him. And he would be pushing down at my right arm where I couldn't even move until a couple of years ago. I finally was able to move my arm, and I felt an actual person. And I freaked out in my dream that I woke up so quick that I looked around and I didn't see anything. And that was kind of the last I've had of that dream. So I didn't know what was the reason. I mean, I've always had nightmares when I was little. I always slept talk. I always had dreams where I felt like I was in or out of body, kind of where you see the room and you're walking around.
Right.
But everything's in the same place. And it's kind of funny, but I flip my shoes upside down because I used to always think that if I'm really sleepwalking, I would step on them and I would wake up. But I would just,
never heard
in my
that.
dream,
It's like an old wives' tale or something.
Yeah, I know. It seems silly, but I thought that it would wake me up. But in my dreams, I walk around and I see everything.
Well, here's what I see. You're actually bringing a previous life up to this one. In your previous lifetime, I believe you were involved in like World War II, because it's like a Holocaust kind of energy. I'm familiar with that vibration, and so I see a lot of your, if you would, angels and higher selves kind of hung up and tangled up in there, and so I can fix that for you. Okay.
Can you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I'm doing it right now, and you're going to get really hot and warm and light, and there we go, and there you are. Now see how light you feel?
Kind of, yeah.
And tingly, real tingly. There we go.
Yeah.
Interesting, right? Yeah, and so notice how your eyes feel different, kind of warm or lighter around your eyes and your forehead?
Kind of, yeah. I guess a little bit. Not. I guess I was more nervous when I called in, so I feel more relaxed.
Okay. Well, anyway, you just had certain things and attachments to that previous life, and I was able to get rid of them. You'll feel much different now. And,
Thank you so much. Yeah, because I think it affects every day. You know, I'm always freaked out that I'm going to have a nightmare or something in the night.
See how you're getting warmer and warmer and warmer? Feel that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now down your back. Your back is really hot. I'm an empath, so I'll feel everything you feel. And so your back, I just see you totally lit up. You won't have that anymore. You were just picking up from a previous lifetime, and you were just hung up in it. That's it.
Oh, that's crazy. Thank you so much. Wow, thank you guys. I love you guys to death.
Thank you. No more nightmares.
Thank you.
Goodbye. Let's go right now. This one's really cool. It's Michelle. She says her 14-year-old son has a dark cloud, or 14-year-old daughter has a dark cloud over her. Or yeah, what is it? There we go.
Her
Is it your
14-year-old.
son or your daughter?
My son.
Has a dark cloud over
Well,
him.
he's
Is that
like-
true, Gary? First off, can that
People
happen?
can. Yeah, they can. They can have dark clouds.
Even a
if you
child?
Certainly a child. Many times bright light kids or spiritually gifted kids can have dark energies around them, or also they can be on the vibe of, I think your son, he can do something and he always gets caught. Isn't he that kid?
Yeah.
Yeah, and so this is really not a dark cloud. This is more like a karmic cloud.
Okay.
And so in this lifetime, he has a lot of angels, and they're not going to allow him to do anything where he messes up that he don't get caught.
Yeah, that's what happens with that one.
Yeah, and so it's like that with him, and that's just that's a good karma thing. Believe it or not, his getting caught is a blessing, or he would go into more exaggerated trouble.
Right, that's what I'm thinking. Now he's sad and depressed a lot.
Well, he
gets caught doing everything.
That's
yeah, I mean, he can't do nothing that he don't get caught.
That's my boy.
Yeah, and so, but he had a little dark energy around him, and I got rid of it. But it was very easy to do. His thing is he's actually a super bright light, and so that's who he is.
Oh, wow, that's awesome. Now, my dad passed about 19 years ago. Do you feel him around me?
Sometimes in spirit, he says yes, and so I see a pair of shoes. I don't know what that means.
I don't know, but I feel him all the time.
He shows me. He's around. There's some vacation thing where you guys would go on vacation.
Yes, Palm Springs.
And do you still go there ever?
Yes.
Okay, because he says when you're there, he sees you clear.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you.
All right, thanks for the call, Michelle.
Bye.
Her dad doesn't want to leave vacation to visit her.
Oh, wouldn't that be cool? Hey, come see me. I'll be in Palm Springs. Let's talk to Christine right now. Christine, you're on with Psychic Gary Spivey. What is your question?
Hi. I'm a single mom, and I've just been having a really, really hard time with trying to connect with my kids, and it seems like every time that we're together, it's a battle. And I'm wondering, is there something I can do to change about me to make this all kind of energy to change?
Yes, there is. When I look at you, you have an unusual thing going on with your energy. You have a black hole sort of swirling in your chest. You feel empty sometimes, like you're going to implode in your chest or something. It's like a total, like a hole in your chest almost.
I get like anxiety or panic attacks.
In your chest, right?
Yeah.
And so now watch this. I'm going to fix it. And there we go. I just did. I got rid of the dark energy there just simply by putting gold light in there. And see, you can actually meditate and fix yourself. It's not hard to do.
Stench fixes himself by putting Bud Light inside.
Yes.
Lots of it.
Did you say Bud Light?
Yeah.
Feel how light you feel now? Feel your chest warm?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you're fixed.
You're
It's that
fixed,
simple.
Christine.
Yeah, it's that simple.
Congratulations.
You were feeling angry. You were picking up on one of your kids actually pushes your buttons and gets a kick out of it.
My middle child.
Yeah.
That's what those damn middle kids do.
I mean, but like, I'm just trying to figure out how to, like, because I react off of it, and I feel like it makes it worse for everybody.
Move your buttons.
Yeah, I mean, I just...
Move your buttons. How old's the child?
She what?
How old is the middle child?
Almost 7.
Okay, you got to be smarter than a 7-year-old, which sometimes is hard to do.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to just really move your buttons, and then you'll find that things will be okay.
What do you mean, move your button?
Well, whatever this child will push your button. I'm going to get her going, bang, and whatever irritates you, kind of move it out of the way to where it doesn't irritate you anymore. Look at it like a game, because your middle child is looking at it like a game, and trying to mess you up. Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's just a game.
So a black hole, huh?
Yep. Not now. Got rid of it. It was the demons doing it, but you'll feel better. Meditate and you'll feel better.
I have a demon?
You have tons of them.
You did.
You don't now.
You did. You got it fixed, and that middle child is a game player.
Yeah, Gary sent him to Palm
Yeah,
Springs.
no more questions. I had to hang up on her. I have a question about meditation, though, Gary.
Yes.
How the hell do you do that?
I can show you. It's really easy.
Because I tell you right now, if I sit down to meditate, I'm just going to fall asleep.
Well, here's what you do. You have to imagine. Don't think it, because your brain really doesn't do anything with this. But you imagine golden light coming down from above and just going all the way through your body. Just imagine it now. Try to do that.
And then I will go to sleep.
Yeah. No, try it right now.
Try it now.
Yeah.
Try it.
Okay.
Try it.
I have to imagine. All I imagine is Jack staring at me, and I have my eyes closed, and I'm freaked out.
All the way through.
Jack's trying to touch me.
See how your arms got warmer? Feel it?
I have golden light all throughout my body.
See? And now you felt warm.
Wow, that's a lot of light.
That's a lot of light. That's a lot of light to give.
There.
But, I mean, do you stay in that state for a long period of time?
Depends. As long as you feel like you need to, until you get to where you feel better.
and you're trying to think of nothing in that time.
Well, you just think of gold light.
Just think of the gold light,
Yeah,
and
going through
whatever
your body.
comes.
Yeah, and that's a simple way to fix your energy. Just that's how simple it is. There's other ways to meditate, certainly, but you can get a meditation CD or buy my new book called Your Keys to Heaven: Spiritual Secrets Revealed.
Available at GarySpivey.com.
That's right, or 1-800-827-GARY.
Perfect. We're going to take a little break. When we come back, we have more calls for Gary Spivey. Of course, we've got more people that have moved on to the other side. People that want to know if their family members are okay, and someone that says she has a demon. We'll talk to her next.